Namaste, Vanakkam, welcome back to MidhaGuru. So today we will be looking into the solving of the textbook exercises from chapter 6 in Selena Concise Mathematics for class 10, that is word problems based on quadratic equations. In this video we will see the solutions of exercise 6a, 6b and 6c. So stay tuned till the end of the video. Apart from that, if you haven't watched the concept videos of word problems based on quadratic equations, please go to the link in the description below. Also, subscribe to our channel and join the MidhaGuru family today. So let's begin with the lesson. So we'll begin with the solutions of exercise 6a. Now the first question in 6a says the product of two consecutive integers is 56. Find the integers. So we have to find two such consecutive integers, means one after the other, such that the product is 56. So we'll try. So we'll start with, let the integers be x and x plus 1. Since two consecutives will be x and x plus 1, as x plus 1 comes just after x. So according to the question, it says that the product, that is x into x plus 1, is equal to 56. On opening this bracket, I get x square plus x is equal to 56. Bring all the terms to one side, I get x square plus x minus 56 is equal to 0. Now see, a is 1 and c is minus 56. So b is 1 and we have to split it in two terms such that their sum is plus 1 and the product is minus 56. So I'll write x square plus 8x minus 7x minus 56 is equal to 0. So taking x as common in the first two terms and taking minus 7 as common in the second two terms, I'll get x plus 8 common in both. So I'll write x plus 8 into x minus 7 is equal to 0, from which x is either equal to minus 8 or x is equal to 7. Now when x is equal to 7, x plus 1 is equal to 8. And when x is equal to minus 8, x plus 1 is equal to minus 7. When we had discussed about the solutions of word problems based on quadratic equations, we always know that quadratic equations will always have two solutions. They may be different or the same, but based on our question or based on the context in matter, we have to justify which value is the most correct solution. However, in this case, we'll see that both 7 and minus 8 are integers, and the product of both 7 and 8 is also 56, and that of minus 8 and minus 7 is also 56. So in this particular case, both our solutions for the x, that is the variable, will satisfy our given equation. So that is how we'll solve word problem. So now we'll move on to the next problem. Now in the next problem, it says the sum of the squares of two consecutive natural numbers is 41. Find the numbers. So we have two consecutive natural numbers such that the sum of their squares is 41. So we'll say, let the numbers be x, and since it says consecutive, we'll write x plus 1. Now according to the question, it says that the sum of the squares, which means x squared and x plus 1 squared, is equal to 41. So we'll solve by first expanding these brackets. X squared is nothing but x squared, and x plus 1 whole squared will be a squared plus b squared plus 2ab. So we'll get 2x squared plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 41. Next we'll divide the whole, we'll bring all the terms to one side. We'll get 2x squared plus 2x plus 1 minus 41 is equal to 0, which gives us 2x squared plus 2x minus 40 is equal to 0. Then again we'll divide the equation by 2. We'll get x squared plus x minus 40 is equal to 0. Now a is 1 and c is minus 40. And b is 1, so we have to break down 1 or split 1 into such that the two coefficients add up to a positive 1 and the product is a negative 40. Oh sorry, we have to divide by 2, we write minus 20. So the product is to be minus 20 since we divided this equation by 2. So we'll write x square plus 5x minus 4x minus 20 is equal to 0. So now we have to solve this equation based off what we split. So we'll write x into x plus 5 and minus, taking minus 4 as common in the next two terms, we'll get again x plus 5. So x plus 5 into x minus 4 is equal to 0. So x is either equal to minus 5 or x is equal to 4. Now see, in this question, it did not mention integers. Instead, it mentioned natural numbers. So both our solutions are correct solutions for the given equation that we formed, but they do not justify our question. So the question says natural numbers, which means this value of x is what we will be taking into consideration. So the two natural numbers will be 4 and 5. Since the square of 4, putting it into this equation, the square of 4 is 16 and that of 5 is 25, and 16 plus 25 is equal to 41. So answers will be, the two natural numbers will be 4 and 5. So moving on to the next question. Now in the next question it says find the two natural numbers which differ by 5 and the sum of whose squares is 97. So we have to find two numbers such that the difference is 5. So we'll say let the numbers be x and x minus 5. Since when I subtract x minus 5 from x, I get 5, and the difference, that is 5. So according to the question now, it says that the square of both the numbers added up to each other will be equal to 97. So we'll go about by opening this bracket, expanding these terms. We'll get x squared. Now we have a minus b whole square, which will be a square plus b square minus twice of ab, which is equal to 97. So we have 2x squared minus 10x plus 25 is equal to 97. Now we'll bring 97 to this side. We'll get 2x squared minus 10x plus 25 minus 97 is equal to 0. So we'll write 2x squared minus 10x minus 72 is equal to 0. Then we'll divide the entire equation by 2. We'll get x squared minus 5x minus 36 is equal to 0. Now we have the equation x squared minus 5x minus 36 is equal to 0. And we are supposed to split the middle term, that is minus 5, into two coefficients such that the sum is still minus 5, but the product is equal to minus of 36. So I'll split it into minus 9x plus 4x. Since minus 9 plus 4 gives us minus 5 and minus 9 into 4 gives us minus 36. Now the first two terms I'll take x as common, I'll get x minus 9, and then I'll take 4 as common, again I'll get x minus 9. So x plus 4 into x minus 9 is equal to 0, which means x is either equal to minus 4 or x is equal to 9. Again we have two solutions and both of them are correct solutions for the given equation, but only one of them satisfies our question, that is the statement in consideration. The question itself mentions natural numbers, which means x is equal to 9 is our only solution. So now we will write, since x is equal to 9, then the numbers are x, 9 and x minus 5, which will be 4. So these are the two natural numbers, the sum of whose squares is equal to 97. If you don't agree with me, the square of 9 is 81 and that of 4, that is x minus 5, is 16, and 81 plus 16 is 97. So now we'll move on to the next question. Now the next question says the sum of a number and its reciprocal is 4.25. Find the number. So we'll say let the number be x and we have to find its reciprocal. So the reciprocal is 1 by x. Now we'll go to writing down the equation. It says the sum of the number and its reciprocal is 4.25. So we'll take the LCM here. It will be x. We'll get x squared plus 1 is equal to 4.25. So we'll take this x to the other side. We'll get x squared plus 1 is equal to 4.25 x. Now since this is 0.25, we'll just first of all we'll multiply the entire equation by 4. Since multiplying 0.25 by 4, I'm not looking at the 4 here, but since it's a 0.25, I'll multiply it by 4, it will become a whole 1. So we'll get 4x squared plus 4 is equal to, this will become 4.4 is 17x. Now we'll bring all the terms to one side. We'll get 4x squared minus 17x plus 4 is equal to 0. Now a is 4 and c is 4. So the product is 16. Now we have to break down minus 17 such that the two coefficients add up to minus 17 and the product is a positive 16. So we'll write 4x squared minus 16x minus x plus 4 is equal to 0. Since minus 16 plus minus and minus 1 will give us minus 17, and multiplying them we'll get positive 16. So I'll take 4x as common here, I'll get x minus 4, and I'll take minus 1 as common here, I'll get, minus 1 as common, I'll again get x minus 4. So 4x minus 1 into x minus 4 is equal to 0, which means x is either equal to 1 by 4 or x is equal to 4. Now again we have two solutions, and as we saw earlier, they were natural numbers, they were integers, so we had to select which one was suitable for our question. Here, although it does not mention what kind of number, so maybe both can be answers. And if you look at the question, it says a number and its reciprocals. We know that the reciprocal of 4 is 1 by 4 and that of 1 by 4 is 4. And if we add both of them, we will always get 4.25. Since 1 by 4 is 0.25 and adding 4 will get 4.25. So in this particular case, both our answers are right answers for the given question. So now we'll move on to the next question. The next question tells us that two natural numbers differ by 3. Find the numbers if the sum of their reciprocals is 7 by 10. That means we'll take the two numbers as x plus 3 and x. Since subtracting them we'll get plus 3. Now according to the question, it says that the sum of their reciprocals, that is 1 by x and 1 by x plus 3, is 7 by 10. Now in these two fractions we'll take the LCM as x into x plus 3. So up here also we'll multiply x plus 3 into x, then 7 by 10. So here I'll write 2x plus 3 and here I'll write x square plus 3x is equal to 7 by 10. I'll cross multiply 10 here and x square plus 3x here. I'll get 20x plus 30 is equal to 7x square plus 21x. So then I'll bring all these terms to one side. The new equation will be 7x square and 20 becomes minus 20, it becomes plus x, and this becomes minus 30 is equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation that we have to solve for the value of x. So we have 7 into minus 30, which is minus 210. So we have to split 1, which is the coefficient of x, into two numbers such that their sum gives us plus 1 and the product is minus 210. So I will do 15x minus 14x is equal to 30. So here I'll take x as common, I'll get 7x plus 50. Then here I'll take minus 2 as common, again I'll get 7x plus 15. Which means x minus 2 into 7x plus 15 is equal to 0. Which means x is either equal to 2 or x is equal to minus 15 by 7. Now both these solutions are correct based on the equation. But for the question, it says two natural numbers. Since minus 15 by 7 is not a natural number, so we'll take the value x is equal to 2. So the two natural numbers will be 2 and x plus 3, which is 5. So these will be the numbers that satisfy a given question. And seeing it, we'll see 1 by 2 plus 1 by 5 is equal to, we'll take the LCM as 10, we'll get 5 plus 2, which is 7 by 10. So these are the values that will satisfy our given equation. So moving on to the next question. Now here it says divide 15 into two parts such that the sum of their reciprocals is 3 by 10. So we'll take two numbers. Let the two parts be x and 15 minus x. Since adding both of them we get 15. So according to the question, it means that 1 by x and 1 by 15 minus x is equal to 3 by 10. Let's try to solve. So we'll multiply, we'll take the LCM as x into 15 minus x. Here we'll write 15 minus x plus x is equal to 3 by 10. Since plus x and minus x get cancelled out, we have only 15. So we can cut this 3 here as 5. So it becomes 5 by 15x minus x square is equal to 1 by 10. I'll take these terms up here and 10 here. I'll get 50 is equal to 15x minus x squared. So I'll bring all the terms to one side. I'll get x square minus 15x plus 50 is equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation that I'm supposed to solve. Now the product of a and c is plus 50 and b is minus 15. So I'll split it as x square minus 10x minus 5x plus 50 is equal to 0. So I have x into x minus 10 and minus 5, which is also x minus 10, So we'll write x minus 5 into x minus 10 is equal to 0. From which we'll get that x is either equal to 5 or x is equal to 10. See, again we have two solutions, and you may think that we have to choose one of both. But as you will see that both these parts add up to 15. So if you take x as 5, 15 minus 6 will be 10, and 5 and 10 will give us 50. But if I take x as 10, 15 minus 6 will be 5, and 10 plus 5 also gives us 15. So both these solutions are correct answers for the given question. So now we'll move on to the next. The next question says that the sum of the squares of two positive integers is 208. If the square of the larger number is 18 times the smaller number, find the numbers. So here we'll just try to solve it by taking two variables first. So let the two numbers be x and y. Now according to the question, it says x square plus y square is equal to 208. But it also says that the square of the larger number is 18 times the smaller number. Let us say the larger number is y, which means y square is equal to 18x. So now instead of this y square here in this equation, I'll put 18x, which will give us the new equation. X square plus 18x is equal to 208. Bringing all to one side, I'll get x square plus 18x minus 208 is equal to 0. So now I have a into c as minus 208 and b as 18. So I have to split 18 into two parts such that the sum is plus 18 and the product is minus 208. So we will write x square plus 26x minus 8x minus 208. Since 26 minus 8 gives us 18 and 26 into minus 8 clearly from here will give us minus 208. So we'll write x into x plus 26. Taking minus 8 as common here, we again get x plus 26. So we have x minus 8 into x plus 26 is equal to 0. So x is either equal to 8 or x is equal to minus 26. Again, the question says two positive integers. Both of them are correct solutions for the given equation, but since it says positive integers, the value is x is equal to 8. So now we know that y square is equal to 18 times of x. Which means y square is equal to 18 into 8. So y square is equal to 144. So y will be equal to 12. Yeah, the square root of y will be plus or minus 12, but since it says two positive integers, so the numbers are 8 and 12. This will be our answer for the given question. So let's move on to the next. Now the next question says the sum of the squares of two consecutive positive even numbers is 52. Find the numbers. So we'll take, let the numbers be x, and now you have to understand that it doesn't say just consecutive positive numbers, it says consecutive positive even numbers. So let us say that x is even. So for the next even number, we'll have to do x plus 2. Now, according to the question, it says that the sum of the squares of these two numbers, that is x square plus x plus 2 square, is equal to 52. So we have x square plus a plus b whole square will be a square plus b square plus 2ab is equal to 52. So we have 2x squared plus 4x, plus 4 is equal to 52. So we bring 52 to this side, we get 2x squared plus 4x minus 48, since 52 becomes minus 52. Then we divide by 2, we get equation as x square plus x minus 24 is equal to 0. Now we have to, this will be 2x. Now we have to split plus 2 such that the product, the sum gives us plus 4 and the product gives us minus 24. So we'll do x square plus 6x minus 4x minus 24 is equal to 0. We'll take x as common, we'll get x plus 6. And here we'll take minus 4 as common, again I'll get x plus 6. So x minus 4 into x plus 6 is equal to 0. So x is either equal to 4 or x is equal to minus 6. So since it says two positive integers, even numbers, that is even, so we have to take positive, which is x is 4. So the numbers will be 4 and 4 plus 2, which is 6. Now the square of 4 is 16, square of 6 is 36, and adding them will give us 52. So our answer will be 4 and 6. So let's move on to the next question. Now the next question discusses about two consecutive positive odd numbers, the sum of whose squares is 74. The logic doesn't change. If you have an odd number 9, to get to the next odd number, that is 11, we have to do 9 plus 2. So we'll take the numbers as, let the numbers be x and x plus 2. It says, according to the question, it says x squared and x plus 2 squared is equal to 74. So expanding these, we'll get x squared plus 4 plus 4x is equal to 74. So 2x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 74, which implies 2x squared plus 4x minus 70, 0. Then we'll divide it by 2, we'll get x squared plus 2x minus 35 is equal to 0. Now again we have to split plus 2 such that the sum gives us plus 2 and the product gives us minus 35. So we'll write x squared plus 7x minus 5x minus 35 is equal to 0. So we'll take x as common here, we'll take minus 5 as common here. X minus 5 into x plus 7 is equal to 0, which implies x is either equal to 5 or x is equal to minus 7. Again, the question says positive odd numbers. So we'll take the value x is equal to 5. So the numbers will be 5 and x plus 2, which is 7. If you want to check, the square of 5 is 25 and that of 7 is 49. Adding them will always give us 74. So these are the correct answer for the given question. Now moving on to the next question, we have the denominator of a positive fraction is more than twice the numerator. If the sum of the fraction and its reciprocal is 2.9, find the fraction. First of all, we have to find a fraction whose denominator is 1 more than twice the numerator. Let's say, let the numerator be x. So the denominator will be 2x plus 1. So now the question says that this fraction and its reciprocal will give us 2.9. So we'll start by solving this. The LCM here will be x into 2x plus 1. Now x get multiplied here, it gets x squared, and 2x into 2x plus 2x plus 1 into 2x plus 1 is 2x plus 1 squared. And 2.9 we can write as 29 by 10. So we'll multiply all these terms, we'll get x squared plus a plus b whole square, which will give us a square plus b square plus 2ab divided by 2x squared plus x is equal to 29 by 10. Now we'll multiply these two terms to 29 and 10 will multiply here. So we have 5x squared plus 4x plus 1 into 10 is equal to 29 into 2x squared plus x. So we have 50x squared plus 40x plus 10 is equal to 58x squared plus 29x. So bringing all the terms to any one side, we'll get 8x squared, since we are bringing all these terms to this side, and plus 40 becomes minus 40, we have minus 11x minus 10 is equal to 0. So now we have to solve this equation 8x squared minus 11x minus 10 to get our answer. So now we have to split minus 11 such that the two coefficients add up to minus 11 but give us a product of negative 80, since 8 into 10 minus 10 is 80. So we'll write minus 16x plus 5x. Since minus 16 plus 5 gives us minus 11. That's how we'll solve it. So we'll write 8x, we'll get x minus 2. And here we'll take 5 as common, we'll get again x minus 2. So x minus 2 into 8x plus 5 is equal to 0. So x is either equal to 2 or x is equal to minus 5 by 8. Now since it says it's a positive fraction, we know it cannot be this value. So we'll take x as 2. And it says that the denominator is twice plus 1. So x is equal to 2. 2x plus 1 is equal to 5. So the fraction is 2 by 5. This will be the answer for the given question. So now let's move on to the next question. The next question says 3 positive numbers are in the ratio 1/2 is to 1/3 is to 1/4. Find the numbers if the sum of their squares is 244. So we'll say simply that let the numbers be x/2, x/3 and x/4. Now it says that according to the question, x/2 whole squared plus x/3 whole squared plus x/4 whole squared, which is the square of these numbers, is equal to 244. So we'll simply solve it by saying x square by 4, since it's x/2 whole square, and then x square by 16 is equal to 244. Yeah, it will be 144. So now we have 36x squared plus 9 will go into the 16x squared plus 16 will 9x squared is equal to 244. Adding all these, we'll get 61x squared by 144 is equal to 244. So 61 will get 244 4 times, which means x squared is equal to 144 into 4. Or we can write x squared as 12 into 12 into 2 into 2. So which means x will be the square root of 12 into 12 to 2 into 2. So you can take pairs and say 12 into 2, which is 24. So x is 24. X will either be plus or minus, but here it says positive number, so we'll just take the positive, that is x is 24. So our numbers are x/2, which is 24/2 as 12, x/3, 24/3 as 8, and x/4, which is 24/4, which will be 6. So our numbers are 12, 8 and 6. So these are the numbers that satisfy our given question. So we'll move on to the next one. Now in the next question it says divide 20 into 2 parts such that 3 times the square of one part exceeds the other part by 10. So we'll take simply that let the 2 parts be x and 20 minus x, since their sum gives us 20. So we have to find 2 parts such that 3 times the square of one part exceeds the other one by 10. We'll take 3 times of this part, sorry, the square of this part. So according to the question, 3x squared is equal to 20 minus x and exceeds that part by 10. So we have 30 minus x is equal to 3x squared. So we'll take all the terms to one side. We'll get 3x squared plus x minus 30 is equal to 0. So minus 30 into 3 is minus 90, and we have to divide x into 2 parts such that the product is minus 90 and the sum is plus 1. So we'll write 3x squared plus 10x minus 9x minus 30 is equal to 0. So here we'll take x as common because there's nothing else to take, 3x plus 10, and here we'll take minus 3 as common, again we'll get 3x plus 10. So we have x minus 3 into 3x plus 10, which is equal to 0. So x is either equal to 3 or x is equal to minus 10 by 3. So here we'll take the value x is equal to 3. So x is 3, sorry, and 20 minus x is equal to 17. So we have 3 and 17 are the 2 parts that 20 needs to be divided to satisfy the given condition. Let's see. What it says is 3 times that of x squared. Since x is 3, it becomes 9. 20 minus x, which is 17, plus 10. 3 times the 27, and we know 17 plus 10 is also 27. So it satisfies the given condition. So 3 and 17 will be our answer for the given question. So let's move on to the next one. It says the 3 consecutive natural numbers are such that the square of the middle number exceeds the difference of the squares of the other two by 60. Assume the middle number to be x and form a quadratic equation satisfying the above statement. Find the 3 numbers. We'll just take let the numbers be, since if this statement that assume the middle number to be x was not given, we could have taken it x plus 1, x plus 2, or x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3, or here in this case we will take it as x minus 1, x, and x plus 1. Now according to the question, for our equation, it says to us that the square of the middle number, since it is x, exceeds the difference of the squares of the other two. Now for the difference, you have to understand that x plus 1 is greater than x minus 1, since it is natural numbers. So x plus 1 is greater than x minus 1. So we'll do x plus 1 whole squared minus x minus 1 whole squared, since this is the difference of the squares of the other two, and this is exceeded by 60. So now we'll form the equation which is x squared. This is a plus b whole square. So we'll get x squared plus 2x plus 2 minus x squared plus 2x minus 2 plus 60. So you have x squared is equal to x squared and x squared get cancelled out, and 2x get cancelled out. And we have 2 plus 2 which is 4 plus 60. So x squared is equal to 64. Means x is either equal to plus or minus 8, since the square root of 64 is 8. Now it says natural numbers, so we'll take x as 8. So the three numbers will be x minus 1 which is 7, x which is 8, and x plus 1 which is 9. These are the three numbers that satisfy our given question. So now let's move on to the next one. The next question says, out of three consecutive positive integers, the middle number is p. If 3 times the square of the largest is greater than the sum of the squares of the other two by 67, calculate the value of p. So we'll take the three integers, since it's given as the middle is p, so we'll take p minus 1 and p plus 1 on both sides. Now it says 3 times the square of the largest number. Since the largest number is p plus 1, we'll take 3 times of p plus 1 whole squared. This is all according to the question. So 3p plus 1 squared is equal to the sum of these two numbers squared and exceeds it by 67. So we'll start by expanding all these. We get p square plus 1 plus 2p is equal to p squared plus 1 minus 2p plus p squared plus 67. So on this side I have 3p squared plus 3 plus 6p is equal to 2p squared minus 2p plus 68. So I'll bring all the terms to any one side of the equation. I get p squared minus 2 becomes plus 2. I have 6 plus 8, and this becomes minus 65. So this is the equation I need to solve to get the value of p. So I have to split 8 into such that the sum is plus 8 and the product is minus 65. So now I have p square plus 13p minus 5p minus 65 is equal to 0. So I'll take p here common, then I'll take minus 5 as common. So I have p minus 5 into p plus 13 is equal to 0. So p is either equal to 5 or p is equal to minus 13. So since it says consecutive positive integers, we'll take the value p as 5. So the numbers are 4, 5 and 6. Sorry, I'll just write it again. 4, 5 and 6. Since the value of p is 5. So let's move on to the next question. Next question is that of the work and time type of problems. So if you do not know the idea of what all type of problems may pop up in this particular chapter, means you haven't yet watched the video of the basic concepts of word problems. So please go to the link in the description below, watch that video. Apart from that, MidhaGuru is home to some of the best teachers in Ranchi. So please follow our channel, come to MidhaGuru here in Lakoti Ratu, and also subscribe to us and join the MidhaGuru family today. Coming back to our exercise. So now we have that A can do a piece of work in x days and B can do the same work in x plus 16 days. If both working together can do it in 15 days, calculate x. As you may remember from that video, to solve work and time problems, we had a particular flow. So we'll write A can do. Now here in such problems, we'll treat the entire work as one unit. We'll say it can do the work. The work will be 1 unit in, let us say, x days. It says x days. So if I divide this 1 unit of work by x, I can say A can do 1 by x of the work. And since I divided this work unit by x, I'll divide this also by x. I'll get 1 day. So A can do 1 by x of the work in 1 day. We'll leave that for now. Now B can do the whole unit of work in x plus 16 days. Which means B can do, again I'll divide this 1 unit of work by x plus 16. I'll get 1 by x plus 16 of the work in 1 day. So A can work 1 by x, can do 1 by x of the work, and B can do 1 by x plus 16 of the work. Which means if they both do together, how much will they work in 1 day? We can solve by this statement. Together, they can do the unit of work in how many days, kids? 15 days. So together, if I divide by 15, they can do 1 by 15 of the work in 1 by 15 days. So now, 1 by 15 by 15, which is 1 day. So now we have what A can do in 1 day, we have what B can do in 1 day, and we have what both of them can do together in 1 day. Which means that 1 by x plus 1 by x plus 16 is equal to 1 by 15. And this is according to the question. So now I'll start by solving this equation. I have into x plus 16, multiply x plus 16 here, multiply x here, 1 by 15. So we have 2x plus 16 by x square plus 16x is equal to 1 by 15. So if I multiply 15 here, I get 30x plus 15 into 16, 225 plus 15 is 240 is equal to x square plus 16x. I'll bring all the terms to one side. I'll get x square minus 14x minus 240 is equal to 0. So now I'll split minus 14x. So I'll get x square minus 24x plus 10x minus 240 is equal to 0. Since adding them gives us minus 14 and multiplying them gives us minus 240. So x minus 24, and here taking plus 10 as common, I'll again get x minus 24 is equal to 0. So now I have x minus 24 into x plus 10 is equal to 0. So x is either equal to 24 or x is equal to minus 10. Now we have two values for x, but since x, that is we are considering x as a day, so the number of days cannot be negative, which means x is equal to 24 days. This is the right answer for the given question. So now let's move on to the next one. The next question says one pipe can fill a cistern in 3 hours less than the other. The two pipes together can fill the cistern in 6 hours 40 minutes. Find the time that each pipe will take to fill the cistern. So now this question is very much similar to the earlier one. The only difference being the time here is given in hours instead of days. So we'll say pipe 1 can fill it, let's treat the cistern as 1 unit, in x hours. Now it says it can fill it in 3 hours less. So the pipe 2 can fill it in x plus 3 hours. Since this is 3 hours less than x plus 3. So if pipe 1 can fill the cistern in x hours, if I divide the cistern treating it as 1 unit by x, I can say pipe 1 can fill 1 by x of it in 1 hour. Similarly, pipe 2 can fill 1 by x plus 3 of it in 1. Similarly, together can fill it in, now it says 6 hours 40 minutes, and I'll treat this 40 minutes as a fractional part. So it will become 640 by 60, which is 6 2 by 3 hours, or 20 by 3 hours. So together, if I divide it by 3 by 20, I'll get can fill 3 by 20 of it in 1 hour. Now according to the question, this means that 1 by x plus 1 by x plus 3 is equal to 3 by 20. Since both of them filling in 1 hour will fill 3 by 20 of the tank in 1 hour. So now we'll solve this. X plus 3 plus x is equal to 3 by 20. So we have 2x plus 3 by x square plus 3x is equal to 3 by 20. Now I'll multiply 20 here and these x square plus 3x to 3. So I'll get 40x plus 60 is equal to 3x squared plus 9x. So bringing all the terms to one side, I get 3x squared minus 31x minus 60 is equal to 0. Now 3 into minus 60 is minus 180. So I have to split minus 31 such that the two terms give us a sum of minus 31 but give us a product of minus 180. So we'll write 3x squared minus 36x plus 5 minus 60, 5x minus 60 is equal to 0. So I'll take 3s common, take 3x as common, I'll get x minus 12, then I'll take 5 as common, again I'll get x minus 12 is equal to 0. So either 3x plus 5 into x minus 12 is equal to 0. So either x is equal to minus 5 by 3 or x is equal to 12. Now since the x that we are considering is a time period, it cannot be negative. So x is 12. So x is equal to 12 hours and x plus 3 is equal to 15 hours. So the first pipe will take 12 hours and the second pipe will take 15 hours to fill the same cistern. Now let's move on to the next question. Now the next question says a positive number is divided into two parts such that the sum of the squares of the two parts is 20. The square of the larger part is 8 times the smaller part. Taking x as the smaller part of the two parts, find this number. So we'll say, again we'll take two variables here, just see what I do. Let the numbers x and y. The 20 is divided into x and y. It says, oh sorry, a positive number is divided into two parts, so the sum of the squares. So let's say that the two parts are x and y. Says that x square plus y square is equal to 20. But it also says that the square of the larger part is 8 times the smaller part. Since we know that x is the smaller part, we'll say that y square is equal to 8x. And we'll replace this value here in this equation. We'll get x square plus 8x is equal to 20. So this is according to the question. So I'll bring 20 to this side. I'll get x squared plus 8x minus 20 is equal to 0. Then I'll split 8 into plus 10x minus 2x minus 20 is equal to 0. Here I'll take x as common, I get x plus 10. Then I take minus 2s common, again I get x plus 10. Now we have x plus 10, x minus 2 is equal to 0. X will be equal to 2. Now we have said that x square plus y square is 20. So 4 plus y square is equal to 20. So y square is equal to 16. And as it says positive number, so we'll take y as the root of 16, which is 4. So the numbers will be 2 and 4. So this is how we will solve word problems based on numbers or work and time. So this brings us to the end of exercise 6a. So let's get into the solutions of exercise 6b. Now we will be looking into the solutions of exercise 6b. 6b deals with word problems based on plain figures. So it will be problems based on relations between the sides of a right triangle, that is the Pythagorean theorem. Apart from that, it will be relations dealing between diagonals of rectangles and squares based off their sides, and also the area of plain figures. So let's begin with it. The first one says the sides of a right angle triangle containing the right angle are 4x centimeter and 2x minus 1 centimeter. If the area of the triangle is 30 centimeters squared, calculate the length of its sides. Before doing anything, we will just try and draw a figure. So it says a right triangle, which means it has a right angle, and the sides containing it are, so if I draw a right triangle like this, since this is the right angle, the sides containing it, one is 2x minus 1 centimeter and the other is 4x. Now it says the area. Now we know that the area of a triangle is half the base and the height. And since this is 90 degree, that is this is perpendicular to this side, this means this and this can be the base, which you know in right triangles is true. So let the two sides be 4x and 2x minus 1. Now the area of a triangle is given by half into its base into its altitude, that is height. And according to the question, this area is 30. Now we know the base is 4x and the other side, that is the height, is 2x minus 1. So we'll bring 2 to this side, we'll get, or we can cut off 2 with here with 2x, we'll get 30 is equal to 2x into 2x is 4x squared, and 2x into minus 1 will be minus 2x. So bringing all the terms to one side, we have 4x squared minus 2x minus 30 is equal to 0. Dividing it by 2, we get 2x squared minus x minus 15 is equal to 0. So now we have to split minus x into two terms such that the sum is minus 1 and the product is 2 into minus 15, which is minus 30. So I'll write 2x squared minus 6x and plus 5x minus 15 is equal to 0. Here in these two, I'll take 2x as common, get x minus 3, and then I'll take plus 5 as common, again I'll get x minus 3, which is equal to 0. So I'll take 2x plus 5 into x minus 3 is equal to 0, which means x is equal to minus 5 by 2 or x is equal to 3. So our the solutions for the equation are minus 5 by 2 and 3. Both are true for the given equation, but only one satisfies the given condition that we are under. It says since we took x as the length of some side, or its multiple as the length of a side, x cannot be negative. So x will be 3. X is equal to 3. So now these two sides, 4x will be 12 and 2x minus 1, that is 6 minus 1 will be 5. So we have the base is equal to 12, the perpendicular is 5. So h square is equal to b square plus p square. So h square is equal to b squared, which will be 144, and this will be 25. So 169, which means h is the square root of 169, which is 13. So 13 centimeters. So the sides of the triangle are 5, 12 and 13, all in centimeters. This is how we will solve word problems based on the area or based on geometric plane figures. So now we'll move on to the next question. The next question says the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle is 26 and the sum of the other two sides is 34. Find the length of its side. So again, we'll just draw a right triangle. Excuse me. Says the hypotenuse is 26 and the sum of the other two sides is 34. So we'll take one side to be x and the other to be 34 minus x, since adding them will give us 34. Right? So according to the question, says that these are the sides. From there we can say that h square is equal to p square plus b square according to the Pythagorean theorem. So h is 26, we'll say 26 squared is equal to p, which is 34 minus x whole squared, and b, which is x squared. So we have 676 is equal to 34 minus x whole square is a minus b whole square. So a squared, 34 into 34 should be 1156 plus x squared minus twice, which will be 68 x plus x squared again. So bringing all the terms to one side, we get 2x squared minus 68x. Now we'll divide this entire equation by 2 and we'll get 34x plus 240 is equal to 0. Now we'll split minus 34 such that the sum is minus 34 and the product is 240. So we'll write minus 24x minus 10x plus 24 is equal to 0. So we'll take x's common, we'll get x minus 24, and we'll take minus 10s common, again we'll get x minus 24. So we have x minus 10 into x minus 24 is equal to 0, which means x is either 10 or x is equal to 24. Now we are in a dilemma. Both these values are positive, and since we are taking it as a side, both need to be positive. So both can be the answer. Is that true? Yes, because if we take x to be 10, 34 minus x is 24. So these can be the sides when x is equal to 10. And when x is 24, x will become 24 and 34 minus x will become 10. So now you see both the values that are popping up are same. Does that make a difference? If you remember that when we studied about triangles, especially right triangles, we know that we can draw this triangle in such a way as, where this will be 26, this will become x, and this will be 34 minus x. Meaning to say that the perpendicular and the base, that are the perpendicular sides containing the right angle, can be interchanged among themselves. It will not make a difference to the entire triangle, as the triangle's orientation is the only thing that will change. So both these answers in this particular case are right because they give us the length of both the sides to be same, 24 and 10 centimeters. So we'll move on to the next question. Next question says sides of a right angle triangle are x minus 1, 3x and 3x plus 1. Find the value of x, the length of its side and its area. So we'll draw a right triangle. Now the important thing is to understand which of these will be the hypotenuse. As you saw in the last question, the perpendicular and the base are interchangeable. It means you can change the orientation of the triangle and the perpendicular and the base are changeable. So it is the hypotenuse that remains same. So given to us is the data x minus 1, 3x and 3x plus 1. Let us say x is a positive number, which means 3x plus 1 is the highest among these three numbers. And since we know that the hypotenuse is always the largest side of the triangle, we'll take the hypotenuse to be 3x plus 1. And the other two sides can be interchangeable. You can take any one of them to be x minus 1 and any one of them to be 3x. So now according to the question, because this is the given details of the triangle and calculating the Pythagorean theorem is based off of these details, we will say h square is equal to p square plus b square. So we have 3x plus 1 whole squared is equal to 3x squared plus x minus 1 squared. So we have 9x squared plus 1 plus 6x is equal to 9x squared plus x squared plus 1 minus 2x. So we cut off 9x squared on both sides, and then we can cut off 1 on both sides as well. So bringing minus 2 to this side, we get x squared is equal to 8x, which means x is equal to 8. We will have to take the positive or negative, but since x we have taken as a measurement for a side, not directly x but related to x, so we will take x as positive 8, which means x is equal to 8 centimeters. So now the sides are x minus 1, which is 7 centimeters, 3x, which will be 8 into 3, which is 24 centimeters, and 3x plus 1, which will be equal to 25 centimeters. So the first part, that is the value of x, we found out to be 8. Then we found the value of the three sides, which are 7, 24 and 25. Now the third part is to calculate the area, which is nothing but half into base into height. So this is the base, x minus 1, which is 7, and 3x is the height, so that will be 24. So the area becomes 7 into 12, which is 84 square centimeters. So the value of x for this question is 8. The sides are 7, 24 and 25 centimeters respectively, with 25 being the hypotenuse, and the area of the triangle is 84 centimeters squared. So let's move on to the next question. In the next question, we have the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle exceeds one side by 1 and the other side by 18 centimeters. Find the lengths of the sides of the triangle. First things first, we'll draw a right triangle. So it says the hypotenuse exceeds one side by 1 centimeter. We'll take the hypotenuse as x. So this side will become x minus 1, since this increases this by 1 centimeter and it increases the other side by 18. So we'll say x minus 18. So this is larger than this by 18 centimeters. Now we will calculate according to the question. We'll apply the Pythagorean theorem again. H square is equal to p square plus, I'll erase that, p squared. So h squared is x, which is x squared. The p is x minus 1 whole squared and x minus 18 whole squared. So we have x square plus 1 minus 2x plus x square plus 324 minus 36x, which is equal to x squared. So I'll cancel x square on one side. Now I'll equate this equation on this side. I'll get x square minus 38x plus 325 is equal to 0. Now I have to split minus 38 such that the sum is minus 38 and the coefficients multiply to give positive 325. So I'll write down x squared minus 25x minus 13x plus 325 is equal to 0. So I'll take x into x minus 25 minus 13, which will give me x minus 25. So x minus 13 into x minus 25 is equal to 0. So x is either equal to 13 or x is equal to 25. Again, we have two positive values, and since x is some type of measurement, both have to be, the value of x has to be positive. And since both are positive, now we are again in a dilemma as which value to take. Like earlier, x or x, the other value of x, they are not perpendicular sides, so we cannot interchange them. Now see, if we take x as 13, that is the hypotenuse is 13, this side becomes 12, no worries. But 13 minus 18 is minus 5, and hence this side will not exist. It will not be a proper side. So we'll take the value of x to be as 25. So x is equal to 25 is the correct value for this particular question. Both these values satisfy the equation, but for this particular question, we have x is equal to 25. Now, x minus 1, since x is equal to 25, that is the hypotenuse will be 25 centimeters, x minus 1 will be equal to 24 centimeters, and x minus 18 will be equal to 7 centimeters. And these are the sides of the given right triangle in discussion. Let's move on to the next one. The next question says the diagonal of a rectangle is 60 meters more than its shorter side, and the larger side is 30 meters more than the shorter side. Find the sides of the rectangle. So we'll draw this rectangle here. This is the diagonal. Now it says the shorter side. And we know that in a rectangle, conventionally we take the breadth to be the shorter side. So we'll take the breadth as x. Now it says the diagonal is 60 meters more. So this is x plus 60. And it says the largest side, which is the length, is 30 meters more. So this is x plus 30. Now if you concentrate on the length, the breadth and the diagonal, they are also forming a right triangle. So we'll solve this question as by Pythagoras theorem as well. So now according to the question, x plus 60, that is the hypotenuse squared, is equal to the perpendicular squared plus the base squared. So we have x square plus 120x plus 3600 is equal to x squared, and again x squared plus 900 plus 60x. So we cancel x squared on one side, and then we bring all the terms to one side. We get x squared. 60 minus 120 will give us minus 60x, and 30 will give us minus 2700, which is equal to 0. So now I have to split minus 60 such that the product is minus 2700 and the sum is minus 60 itself. So we'll write minus 90x plus 30x minus 2700. Since minus 90 plus 30 gives us minus 60 and multiplying them gives us minus 2700. So we'll write x minus 90 and we'll take 30 common here. Again we'll get x minus 90. So either x plus 30 into x minus 90 is equal to 0. Which means x is either equal to minus 30 or x is equal to 90. Now since again x was taken as a direct measurement, we can say that x has to be positive. So x is 90. So x is 90 is the correct solution for our case, that is for the question. Otherwise both the values are correct for the given equation. So when x is 90, the breadth of this rectangle is 90 meters. The length, which is x plus 30, will be 120 meters. And the breadth, the diagonal will be x plus 60, which will be 150 meters. And these are the sides and the diagonal of the given rectangle. So let's move on to the next question. Now it says the perimeter of rectangle is 104 meter and its area is 640 meter square. Find its length and breadth. First things first, we'll draw this rectangle. Now this is the breadth, this is the length. For that we'll use this relation, that the perimeter. So we know that the perimeter is 2 times L plus B. Let's take the breadth as x. P is equal to, 104 is equal to twice length plus x. So 52 is equal to length plus x. The length is equal to 52 minus x. So this becomes 52 minus x. Now according to the question, the area is 640 meter squared. Now we know that the area of a rectangle is the length multiplied by its breadth. So we'll write that down. 52 minus x into x is equal to 640 meter squared. So we'll get 52x minus x squared is equal to 640. So we'll bring all to one side. We'll get x squared minus 52x plus 640 is equal to 0. So I'll split minus 52 into minus 32x and minus 20x. Because adding them gives me minus 52 and multiplying them gives me plus 640. So take x as common, I'll get x minus 32. And I'll take minus 20 as common. Again, I'll get x minus 32. So x minus 32 into x minus 20 is equal to 0. So x is either equal to 32 or x is equal to 20. So now again you have to understand that since we have two values which are both positive, do not be in a dilemma, since both of them can be either the length or the breadth. Since I took the breadth as x, someone could have taken the length as x. So we'll just say that conventionally the longer side is 32. So we'll take, breadth is the shorter side. So we'll take the shorter value of 20. But keep in mind that 52 minus 32 will give us 20 and 52 minus 20 will give us 32. So both these answers are correct in this particular case. So the length we'll take as the longer side, which will be 52 meters. And the breadth as the shorter side, we'll say it will be 20 meters. This is for pure convention. So this is how we'll solve problems based on word problems and quadratic equations of geometric and plane figures. Moving on to the next question. Now the next question says a footpath of uniform width runs around the inside of rectangular field 32 meters long and 24 meter wide. If the path occupies 208 meters squared, find the width of the footpath. So first things first, we'll draw a representation of this field. So it says this is 32 into 24. Then we have a path running on the inside. So if this path is x meters wide everywhere, the new rectangle, that is the inside the field part, since x is subtracted twice from the breadth, we will say the new breadth is 24 minus 2x and the new length is 32 minus 2x. Excuse me. Now we know the logic of such questions when we learned perimeter and area of plane figures in class 7 and 8. We know that you can find the area if we treated this as the shaded portion, if you remember it like that well. We can do it by subtracting this total area, subtracting this inner area from the total area. So we'll say the total area is 32 into 24, which is 768 square meters. Now the area of the field, because this is the field part, this is not a path, this is the field part, so we'll multiply that. We'll get 32 minus 2x into 24 minus 2x, which will give us 768. 32 into 2 is minus 68, give us minus 112x plus 4x squared. Now we know that we can find this area, as I said, so the area of the path should be equal to the total area minus area of the field. So these are all known values to us, since we know that the total area is 768, the area of the path is 208, and we also calculated in terms of x the area of the field. We'll just substitute these values. So the area of the path is 208, the total area is 768, and we'll subtract this 768 minus 112x plus 4x squared from this value. So we'll get 768 minus 768 plus 112x minus 4x squared. So we'll cancel out 768. Then we'll bring all the terms to one side. We get 4x squared minus 112x plus 208, which is equal to 0. Now I'll divide this entire equation by 4. I'll get x squared minus 28x plus 52 is equal to 0. Now I'll split minus 28 such that the sum gives us minus 28 and the product gives us positive 52. So I'll write x squared minus 26x minus 2x plus 52 is equal to 0. Which means x into x minus 26 minus 2 into x minus 26 is equal to 0. So x minus 2 to x minus 26 is equal to 0. So either x is equal to 2 or x is equal to 26. Again, we have reached at a crossroad where both our values are positive. So which one fits into our question? So if you see, if we take x as 26, that is if we take this value as 26, we know that the breadth will be 24 minus 2x, which will be 24 minus 52, which will become roughly 38 or something, minus 38 meters. And we know that the length cannot be negative. So we'll take the value of x to be 2. So the width of the path is 2 meters. So the width of the path in this particular question we'll take as 2 meters. Now let's move on to the next question. It says there are two squares which have sides x and x plus 4 centimeters respectively. The sum of the areas is 656 square centimeters. Express this as an algebraic equation in x and solve the equation to find the sides of the squares. Let us say side 1 is x and side 2 is x plus 4, which means that area 1 is x squared and area 2 is x plus 4 whole squared, which will be a square plus b square plus twice of ab. Now according to the question, the sum of their areas is 656. So we'll write this sum as x square plus 16x plus 16 plus 8x, which is equal to 656, which will give us 2x squared plus 8x, and if I bring this to this side, minus 16 will be minus 640, which is equal to 0. So I'll divide the equation by 2. I get x square plus 4x minus 320 is equal to 0. So now I have to split 4 such that the sum of the terms is plus 4 and the product is minus 320. So I'll write x square plus 20x minus 16x minus 320 is equal to 0. So I'll take x as common in the first two, and then I'll take minus 16 as common in the second two. So I have either x is 16 or x is equal to minus 20. Again, we took x to be a side, that is a measurement. So x cannot be negative. So the value x is equal to 16 is the only one that satisfies our given condition. So the sides are 16 centimeters and the other side will be x plus 4, which will be 20 centimeters. So let's move on to the next question. The next question says, the dimensions of a rectangular field are 50 meter by 40 meter. A flower bed is prepared inside this field, leaving gravel path of uniform width all around the flower bed. The total cost of laying the flower bed and graveling the path at rupees 30 and rupees 20 per square meter respectively is rupees 52,000. Find the width of the gravel path. There's a lot going on in this question, so we'll solve them one by one. First of all, it says that this field is 50 by 40. Then it says we lay a gravel path of some thickness inside. So again, we'll take the thickness, since it's the only thing missing, as x. So now the new sides are 40 minus 2x, and this is 50 minus 2x. So now we have a new area. Now it says that the cost, the cost is what is going to help us solve this equation. Now what will be the area of the inside rectangle? That is the area of the field will be 50 minus 2x into 40 minus 2x, which will give us 2000 minus 100 minus 80 minus 180x plus 4x squared. Now the area of the gravel path will be the total area of this field minus that area. The total area is 2000. So I'll subtract this area, which will be minus 2000, minus becomes plus, it will be 180x minus 4x squared. Since 2000 gets cancelled out, we have 180x minus 4x squared. Now we have all the areas we need. It says that cost of laying the flower bed is at the rate of rupees 30 per meter. So we'll say 2000 minus 180x plus 4x squared, which is the area of the field, into 30 plus, since the graveling path, the rate of graveling the path is rupees 20, we'll say that this area 180x minus 4x squared into 20, adding this should give us 52,000. So now 30 into 2000 will be 60,000 minus 30 into 180 will be 540, which will become 5400. This will be 120x squared plus, if we multiply this by 20, we have 3600x minus 80x squared is equal to 52,000. So simplifying this and bringing 52,000 to this side, I get 5100 plus 3600x 40x squared. 5400 plus 36 minus 1800x, and then plus 8000 is equal to 0. If I divide this entire equation by 40, I'll get x squared minus 45x plus 200 is equal to 0. So I'll split 45 into 40x minus 5x, which will give us x minus 40 minus 5 into x minus 40. So x minus 5 into x minus 40 is equal to 0, which means x is either 5 or x is 40. Again, we have two positive values, but since 40 cannot be fed into any of these equations, if we do minus 2 of x, that is minus twice of 40, it will be 50 minus 80, which will be minus 30. And we know that cannot be the side of a rectangle. So x, that is the width of the path, is 5 meters. So let's move on to the next one. Now the next question says an area is paved with square tiles of a certain size and the number required is 128. If the tiles had been 2 cm smaller each way, 200 tiles would have been needed to pave the same area. Find the size of the larger tiles. So now let us say this area, we don't know if it's a rectangle or a square or whatever. Let's just say this is the area. This is the area of our tile. We do not know the side of the tile, we'll take it as x, and the other tile is x plus 2. Now you remember that if we were supposed to find the number of tiles required to fill an area, we would divide this total area by the area of 1, which means that the number of tiles multiplied by the number of the number of tiles required by the area multiplied should give us the total area. So in the original case, the area was x into 128, since the number, x squared, since the area of this square will be x squared. So 128x squared was the area Means the area is anyway same, it is the original, with the original tile. When I take it with the new tile, it is, sorry, this wasn't x plus 2, this was x minus 2, since it is 2 centimeter smaller. So we'll say x minus 2 whole squared into 200, which will be equal to x squared plus 4 minus 4x into 200, which will give us 200x squared plus 800 minus 800x. Now according to the question, since this is the same area, both these areas should be same. So we have 128x squared is equal to 200x squared plus 800 minus 800x. Bringing all the terms to any one side, we'll get 200 minus 128 is 72x squared plus 800 minus 800x is equal to 0. Now I'll divide the entire equation by 8. I'll get 9x squared minus 100x plus 800 is equal to, plus 100 is equal to 0, since I divided the entire equation by 100. Now I have to bring two numbers such that their sum is minus 100 and the product is positive 900. So I'll split it into minus 90x and 10x, minus 10x. So I'll get. So now I'll take 9x as common here, I'll get x minus 10. Then I'll take minus 10 as common, again I'll get x minus 10. We'll take, 9x minus 10 into x minus 10 is equal to 0. So either x is equal to 10 by 9 or x is equal to 10. And we know that this is the value that we want. Since 10 minus 9 minus 2 would give us minus 8 by 9, which is not a required value since it is a side. So the side of the square was 10 centimeters. That is the original tile. The larger tile was 10 centimeters. So this is the correct answer. Let's move on to the next question. Next question says, a farmer has 70 meters of fencing with which he encloses 3 sides of a rectangular sheep pen, the fourth side being a wall. If the area of the pen is 600 square meters, find the length of its shorter side. So we'll just draw a figure here. Now one of these sides, let us say this side, is the wall, which means he has to fence it only these 3 sides. And the sum of these 3 sides is 70 meters. If this is L, this is B, both sides, L plus 2B, since this is all that is required, is 70. So B will be equal to 70 minus L by 2. Now we know that the length is L and the breadth is 70 minus L by 2. We solve this equation in L, it does not matter since L is also a variable. Now it says that the area is 600 square meters. We know that area can be given by length into breadth. For a rectangle, 600 is equal to the length, that is L into 70 minus L by 2. I'll take 2 to the other side, get 1200, and I'll multiply these two, I'll get 70L minus L squared. So I'll write it down here as L square minus 70L plus 1200 is equal to 0. Now I have to split minus 70 such that the sum of the coefficients is minus 70 and the product is plus 1200. So I'll write minus 40L minus 30L plus 1200 is equal to 0. So I'll write L into L minus 40, minus 30, taking common, I'll get L minus 40. So either L minus 30 to L minus 40 is equal to 0. So we have L is either equal to 30 or L is equal to 40. So this length is either 30 or 40 meters. Can we take both of them? So let us say if L is 30, breadth will become 70 minus 30 by 2, which is 70 minus 30, which is 40 by 2, which is 20. And we can say that 30 into 20 is 600 meters square. No worries. But when I take L as 40, I get 70 minus 40, which is 30 by 2, which is 50. And 40 into 15 also gives us 600. So yes, we can take both of these values to be true. So either when length is 30 meters, then length is 30 meters, and the breadth is 70 minus 30 by 2, which is 20 meters. And the length is 40 meters, length being 40, the breadth becomes 15 meters. So both these values are correct and satisfy the given question. So the field can either be, the pen can either be 30 by 20 meters or it can be 40 by 15 meters. So this is how we'll solve this question. Moving on to the next one. Now the next question says, a square lawn is bounded on 3 sides by a path 4 meters wide. If the area of the path is 7 by 8 that of the lawn, find the dimensions of the lawn. Here you need to understand that this is our square lawn. and since it is square, all the sides will be equal, we'll take it as x. Now this is surrounded only on 3 sides by a path that is 4 meters wide. So if I look at the new figure, it's a rectangle, since this is x plus 4 and this is x plus 8, since 4 is added twice and here 4 is added only one side. So this is on 3 sides. Now it says the area of the path is 7 by 8, that of the lawn. First of all, area of the lawn is x squared. The total area is x plus 8 into x plus 4, which is x square plus 12x plus 32. Now we know the area of the path will be equal to this total area minus this area. So we'll say x squared plus 12x plus 32 minus x squared is equal to, now since it says that it is 7 by 8 that of the lawn, which is 7 by 8 times x squared. So this x squared and this x squared get cancelled out, and we multiply 8 here, we get 12 into 8, which will be 96x, plus 32 into 8, which will be 256, is equal to 7x squared. Bringing all the terms to one side, I get 7x squared minus 96x minus 256 is equal to 0. Now I'll try to solve this equation. So we'll write plus 112x minus, to get this we need to write 16x minus 256 is equal to 0. Taking 7x as common here, I get x plus 16, and then taking minus 16 as common here, again I get x plus 16. So either x is equal to 16 by 7 or x is equal to minus 16. Just let me check if I've done this right. Yeah. So since we took x as a side, it cannot be negative. So the answer will be 16 by 7 meters. The side of this path, the side of this field is 16 by 7 meters. Let's move on to the next question. Now the next question says a square lawn is bounded on 3 sides by a path 4 meters wide. If the area of the path is 7 by 8 that of the lawn, find the dimensions of the lawn. So we have a square lawn. Let's say it is x by x and it is bounded only on 3 sides by a path which is 4 meters wide. Now if you look at this whole figure, here 4 is added to x, so this is x plus 4. But in this case, it is x plus 4 which will become x plus 8. So the new figure is a rectangle. To find the area of the lawn, again we'll apply the total area is x plus 4 into x plus 8, which will give us x squared plus 12x plus 32. Then we have area of the lawn, which is x squared. So the area of the path is given as the total area minus area of the lawn. Now according to the question, the area of the path is 7 by 8 times that of the lawn, which is x squared. So we'll say that the total area is x squared plus 12x plus 32 minus x squared. So x squared get cancelled. Now we multiply 8 here, we get 7x squared is equal to, which is 96x plus 256. Bringing all to one side, we get 7x squared minus 96x minus 256 is equal to 0. So I'll split 96 into 112x. Sorry, this will be minus, this will be plus, minus 256 is minus 12 plus 16 gives us minus 96, and multiplying them gives us, yeah, minus 256 into 7. So we take 7x as common, we'll get x minus 16, and again we'll take 16 as common, we'll get x minus 16. So we have 7x plus 16 into x minus 16 is equal to 0. So either x is equal to minus 16 by 7 or x is equal to 16. Now since x was taken as a direct measurement, x cannot be negative. So the side of the dimensions of the lawn are, that is the side is equal to 16 meters. So this is the answer that justifies our question. So we'll move on to the next one. Next question says the area of a big rectangular room is 300 meters squared. If the length were decreased by 5 and the breadth increased by 5 meters, the area would be unaltered. Find the length of the room. Now, originally, We have a rectangle which has an area of 300 meters square. Let us say the length is x, then the breadth becomes 300 by x. Since area is a function, that is a product of these two, and multiplying them gives us 300. Now, when we change it, the length is decreased by 5, so this becomes x minus 5, and the breadth is increased by 5. So we get 300 by x plus 5, which will give us 300 plus 5x by x. Now, we have to calculate the new area, which it says is same to the older area. So we can say that x minus 5 into 300 plus 5x by x is equal to 300. So we'll just multiply x, take this to the other side and multiply it to 300. So now we have 300x. This side of the equation will become 300x plus 5x squared minus a 1500 minus 25x, which will be equal to 300x. Now since 300x is on both sides, I can cancel it out. So the new equation will be 5x squared minus 25x minus 1500 is equal to 0. I'll take 5x common, x squared minus 5x minus 300 is equal to 0. Now I am supposed to solve this question for two values, split b into two values such the sum should be minus 5 and the product should be minus 300. So I'll write x squared minus 20x plus 15x minus 300 is equal to 0. So taking x as common, I get x minus 20, and here taking 15 as common, again I get x minus 20. So x plus 15 into x minus 20 is equal to 0. So x is either equal to minus 15 or x is equal to 20. So the length of the room originally was 20 meters, and since we have to find the breadth is 300 by x, is 300 by 20, we'll get it as 15 meters. So these will be the dimensions originally of the room. Now students, here we have come to the end of exercise 6b. If you still have any doubts, please let me know in the comments down below. At this point in the video, I would also like to ask you to subscribe and like our channel if you haven't done so yet. Also, please visit our channel once and see all the videos from the different subject teachers, because the teachers here are of topmost quality. It will help you a lot in your educational journey through your school life. So please subscribe to our channel and join the MidhaGuru family today. So now after this, we are going to see the solutions of exercise 6c. The exercise 6c is based on problems based off speed, distance and time, the relation of speed, distance and time. So we'll look into the solutions next. Now we'll get into the solutions of exercise 6c. In this exercise, we'll be dealing with problems based on speed, distance and time relations, and also a few problems based on sales, that is profit, loss and discount type problems. Okay, so begin with the first question, which says the speed of an ordinary train is x km per hour and that of the train, express train, is x plus 25 km per hour. First of all, you'll just do good to remember that speed is equal to distance by time. Using this relation, we can solve such problems. So the speed of the ordinary train is x km per hour. The speed of an express train is x plus 25 km per hour. So based on this relation, if we have to calculate time, it is distance by speed. So the first part says find the time taken by each train to cover 300 kilometers. So the time of the ordinary train will be the distance, which is 300 divided by x. The time of the express train will be 300 divided by x plus 25. And the second part, it gives us a clue or a hint of how to solve this problem. It says that the ordinary train takes 2 hours more than the express train. If you look at these two fractions, clearly x plus 25 is greater than x. So if this fraction has a denominator larger than this and the numerator is same in both, this fraction, that is the time of the express train, will be smaller than the time of the ordinary train. So we'll say TO minus T is equal to 2. We'll just substitute these values. 300 by x minus 300 by x plus 25 is equal to 2. Now we'll solve this equation. We'll take x into x plus 25 as the LCM. So we have 300 x plus 25 minus 300x, which is equal to, so we have 300x plus 100 minus 300x by x square plus 25x, which will give us 2. So we cancel out 300x, we get, and taking this to the other side, we get 7500 is equal to 2x square plus 50x. Now bringing all to one side and dividing the equation by 2, we get x square plus 25x minus 3750 is equal to 0. So we'll do x square plus 75x minus 50x minus 3750, because adding them gives us 25 and multiplying them gives us minus 3750. Which means x is either equal to minus 75 or x is equal to 50. Now since we took x to be a speed, we can say that it cannot be negative 75. So x is equal to 50 is the only correct option. The speed of the original train, that is the the ordinary train, is 50 kilometers per hour, and that of the express train is 50 plus 25, which will be 75 kilometers per hour. So this is how we will be solving problems based on speed, distance and time. So moving on to the next question. The next question we have, if the speed of a car is increased by 10 kilometers per hour, it takes 18 minutes less to cover the distance of 36 kilometers. Find the speed of the car. So we will again take the speed original to be x kilometers per hour. Now the new speed is x plus 10 kilometers per hour. According to that, the original time to be taken should have been 36 by x, and the new time will be 36 by x plus 10. Now it says it is 18 minutes less. So we'll write TO minus TN. Now since all these times are in kilometers per hour, all these speeds, so we'll take this time 18 minutes in hours. It will be 18 by 60. Dividing by 6, we get 10 by 3 by 10. Which means 36 by x minus 36 by x plus 10 is equal to 3 by 10. Now we'll solve this by taking the LCM as x into x plus 10. We'll get 36 into x plus 10 minus 36 into x is equal to 3 by 10. So we have 36x plus 360 minus 36x by x square plus 10x is equal to 3 by 10. We cut off 36x, so plus and minus, and 3 will go into 360 120 times. Multiplying 10 here and taking this upstairs, we get 1200 is equal to x square plus 10x. Now we'll bring all to one side. I'll get 12. Now I have to find two values such that they add up to plus 10 and multiply to give minus 1200. So what can we do? We can do is, we can write 40x minus 30x minus 1200 is equal to 0. So taking x as common, I get x plus 40. Then taking minus 30 as common again, I get x plus 40. So x plus 40 into x minus 30 is equal to 0. So either x is equal to minus 40 or x is equal to 30. So the original speed, since x was a speed, we cannot take the negative value, we'll take the positive value. The original speed was 30 kilometers per hour. So the new speed is 30 plus 10, which will be 40 kilometers per hour. So these are our speeds. So now let's move on to the next problem. Next question says, if the speed of an aeroplane is reduced by 40 kilometers per hour, it takes 20 minutes more to cover 1200 kilometers. Find the speed of the aeroplane. Similarly, like earlier, we'll take the two speeds. Let the original speed be x. So the new speed will be x minus 40. Now here you have to understand that x minus 40 is less than x. So the time taken originally should have been, if the distance is 1200, it should be 1200 by x. The new time taken should be 1200 by x minus 40. Here it is to understand that since the speed has reduced, this new time will be more than the original time. And it is given that this time difference is 20 minutes. So we'll convert that to hours. We'll get 1 by 3. Now substituting these values, we get 1200 by x minus 40 minus 1200 by x is equal to 1 by 3. Taking x minus 40 into x as the LCM, we get 1200x minus 1200 into x minus 40 is equal to 1 by 3. So we have 1200x minus 1200x. Sorry, this will become plus 48,000 by x square minus 40x is equal to 1 by 3. Cancelling these out, we get x square minus 40x. Yeah, this multiplied by 3 will be 3 is. So bringing all to one side, we get x square minus 40x minus. So now I'm supposed to split minus 40 such that the sums is equal to minus 40 and the product is minus 1,44,000. We will write this as 400x plus 360x minus 1,44,000 is equal to 0. So x minus 400 plus 360 x minus 400. So x plus 360 into x minus 400 is equal to 0. So x is either equal to minus 360 or x is equal to 400. Now since we took x to be a speed, so we'll only take the positive value of x. The original speed is 400 kilometers per hour and the new speed will be x minus 40, which will be 360 kilometers per hour. So these will be the values for the given equation. That is, the solutions are right, but based off the condition, we took the positive value of x and we found the speeds to be 400 and 360 km per hour respectively. So let's move on to the next question. The next question says a car covers a distance of 400 kilometers at a certain speed. Had the speed been 12 kilometers or more, the time taken would have been 1 hour 40 minutes less. Find the original speed of the car. Following a method, we will say that the original speed is, let's say, x. So the new speed is 12 kilometers or more, so x plus 12. I have to understand that this speed is more, so the time taken in the new speed will be lesser. The time original is the distance by the speed. The new time is also the distance by the speed. Now since x plus 12 is larger, we know that this fraction, since x is in the denominator and the numerator are the same, will be larger. So according to the question, TO minus the new time is 1 hour 40 minutes less, which will convert to hours, which will become 1 2 by 3 hours. So the original time, that is 400 by x minus 400 by x plus 12 is equal to 1 2 by 3, which will be 5 by 3. Taking the LCM as x into x plus 12, I will get 400 into x plus 12 minus 400x is equal to 5 by 3. So 400 to, plus 4800 minus 400x by x square plus 12x is equal to 5 by 3. So this gets cancelled out and 5 can go into 4800 how many times? So we have x square plus 12x is equal to 960. Oh, into 3. Multiply 3 here and we take this to that side. We get x square plus 12x is equal to 2880. So now x square plus 12x minus 2880 is equal to 0. So now I have to split 12 in such a way the sum of the two coefficients should be 12 and the product should be minus 2880, which will be plus 60x minus 48x minus 2880. Since 60 minus 48 is 12 and 60 into 48 is 2880. So now I take x as common, I get x plus 60. Then I take minus 48 as common again, I get x plus 60 is 0. So x plus 60 into x minus 48 is equal to 0. So either x is minus 60 or x is 48. So since x is a speed, it cannot be negative. So we'll take the positive value and we'll say that the speed original was 48 kilometers per hour. And so the new speed was 60 kilometers per hour since it is 12 more. So now let's move on to the next question. Next question says, a girl goes to her friend's house which is at a distance of 12 kilometers. She covers half the distance at a speed of x and the remaining distance at a speed of x plus 2. If she takes 2 hours 30 minutes to cover the whole distance, find x. This is a bit of a different problem. You have to understand this entire distance is 12 kilometers. She goes halfway. So half of x 12 will be 6 kilometers. This other is 6 kilometers. So this is another 6 kilometers. Now it says that this she covered at x kilometers per hour and this at x plus 2. You have to understand that the time taken total is for the 12 kilometers is 2 hours. So in this case, we'll calculate both the times and add them, not subtract them, but add them. So the original speed was, let's say, x. And the new speed will be x plus 2. So the time taken, sorry, this is not the new, this is the first part and this is the second part. There are two parts of the journey. So the journey's half will be 6 by x and the second half will be 6 by x plus 2. Now according to the question, it says that this time for the first journey and the second journey is total of 2 hours 30 minutes, which will be 30 by 16 hours. So 1 by 2. So 6 by x plus 6 by x plus 2 is equal to 5 by 2. Taking the LCM as x into x plus 2, I get 6x plus 2 plus 6x is equal to 5 by 2. So we have 6x plus 12 plus 6x by x square plus 2x is equal to 5 by 2. Multiply 2 here and 5 this to the 5. You get 12x plus 12 into 2, which is 24x plus 24 is equal to 5x square plus 10x. So when I bring all these terms to this side, I get 5x squared minus 24 because minus 14x minus 24 is equal to C. So now I have two equations. The equation 5x squared minus 14x minus 24 is equal to 0. Now I have to solve this by splitting minus 14 such that it adds up to minus 14 but gives a product of minus 120. You'll say 5x squared minus 20x plus 6x minus 24 is equal to 0. Since minus 20 plus 6 gives minus 14 and multiplying them gives us minus 120. Take 5x as common, I'll get x minus 4. Take 6 as common, again I'll get x minus 4. So 5x plus 6 into x minus 4 is equal to 0. So either x is equal to minus 6 by 5 or x is equal to 4. So since x was a speed, we cannot take the negative value, we'll take x is equal to 4. So the first leg speed was 4 kilometers per hour. The speed of the second leg was 6 kilometers per hour. So these are the speeds that she walked in the two parts of the journey. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question says a car made a run of 390 kilometers in x hours. If the speed had been 4 kilometers or more, it would have taken 2 hours less for the journey. Find x. In this case, x or the unknown is the time and not the speed. The distance is 390. Now we know speed is distance by time. So we know that this speed will be 390 by x. And this is the original. The new speed is speed original plus 4 kilometers per hour. It says it would have taken 2 hours less, which means the time taken is x minus 2. So since this is plus 4, we will just put this equation, the value of original speed here. This is according to the question. So we'll just substitute the value of SO and we'll get 390 by x plus 4 is equal to 390 by x minus 2. Now we'll bring 390 by x minus 2 to this side and take plus 4 to the other. We'll get 390 x minus 390 by x minus 2 is equal to minus 4. Taking the LCM as x into x minus 2, we will get 390 into x minus 2 minus 390 x is equal to minus 4. So we have 390x minus 780 minus 390x by x square minus 2x is equal to minus 4. We cancel out 390x and we cancel out this minuses. Will 4 go into 780? Let's see. Yeah, cancel 780 as 1, 38, 9, 25. So x square minus 2x is equal to 195. So x square minus 2x minus 195 is equal to 0. So we have to solve this equation and we have to split minus 2 such that the sum is minus 2 and the product is minus 195. Yeah, so we'll write x square minus 15x plus 13x minus 195 is equal to 0. So we'll write x minus 15 plus 13 into x minus 15. So x plus 13 into x minus 15 is equal to 0. So x is either equal to minus 13 or x is equal to 15. Now in this case again we took x as a time. X was a time. So it cannot be negative. So the time is 15 hours. So it took 15 hours for the journey originally. So now let's move on to the next question. The next question says a goods train leaves the station at 6 p.m. followed by an express train which leaves at 8 p.m. and travels 20 km per hour faster than the goods train. The express train arrives at the station, which is 1040 kilometers away, 36 minutes before the goods train. Assuming the speeds of both the trains remain constant between the two stations, calculate their speed. So now we have two trains. One is moving at x. Let us say we'll start by that. The speed of the goods train is x km per hour, and that of the express train is x plus 20 km per hour. Now we have these two speeds. Now you have to understand that since this train started at 6, this train started at 8, the difference was 2 hours, and later the express train arrived 36 minutes earlier. So the distance actually, the time difference is 2 hours 36 minutes. So the time taken by the goods train will be 1040 by x, and the time taken by the express train is 1040 by x plus 20. Now according to the question, this 1040 by x minus 1040 by x plus 20, as we calculated, is 2 hours 36 minutes, and we will do 36 by 60 to make it hours. This will become, so we have 2 3 by 5. So we'll take the LCM here as x plus 20. So we have 1040 into x plus 20 minus 1040 x is equal to 5 to the 13 by 5. So we have 1040 x plus 080. X square plus 20x is equal to 13 by 5. So I cancel out 1040, 104. Can 13 cut 2080? Let us see. Once we have 78. Yeah, this will go into it once. 78, it is 6 and 1600. Now I multiply 5 here and bring this up here. I get x square plus 20x is equal to 8000. So I'll write the new equation as x square plus 20x minus 8000 is equal to 0. So now I have to split plus 20 such that the sum is 820 and the product is minus 8000. So I'll do 100 minus 80x minus 8000 is equal to 0. So x, taking x as common, I get x plus 100. Taking minus 80 as common again, I get x plus 100. So x minus 80 into x plus 100 is equal to 0. So x is either equal to 80 or x is equal to minus 100. Now since x was a speed, it cannot be negative. So the speed of the goods train is 80 kilometers per hour, and that of the express train was x plus 20, which is 100 kilometers per hour. So these are the speeds of the two trains. Now let's move on to the next question. Now this next question is a profit and loss based question. It says a man bought an article for rupees X and sold it for rupees 16. If his loss was X%, find the cost price of the article. 2 or 3 things are given to us in this question. The first being that the CP is rupees X. The selling price is rupees 60. We know that loss percent, first of all, the loss will be the CP minus the X. And it's given that the loss percent is X as well. So according to the question, first of all, the loss percent is equal to X%. So loss percentage can be calculated by the loss, which is x minus 16, by the CP, which is equal to, into 100. Right? So we multiply x here, and we multiply 100 here, we get 100x minus 1600 is equal to x squared. Bringing all to one side, we get x squared minus 100x plus 1600 is equal to 0. So now I have to split minus 100 such that the product is equal to plus 1600 and the sum is minus 100. So I'll write 80x minus 20x plus 1600 is equal to 0. So x into x minus 80 minus 20 x minus 80 is equal to 0. So x minus 20 into x minus 80 is equal to 0. So x is either equal to 20 or x is equal to 80. Now we have two positive values as the solutions. Which of them fits our problem? It says the selling price is 16. So when I put 20 and the loss comes out to be 4 rupees, 4 of 20 is 20%. That's what we understand. The CP and the loss percent are the same. So if I take CP as 80, the loss becomes 64, which is much more than 20%. So the right answer will be 20. So the cost price of the article is rupees 20. So moving on to the next question. Next question says, a trader bought an article for rupees X and sold it for rupees 52, thereby making a profit of X minus 10% on his outlay. Calculate the cost price. So it is given to us that the CP is rupees X. The selling price is rupees 52. Now, if it is a case of profit, the profit will be equal to the SP minus the CP. Now it says, according to the question, that the profit percentage is equal to X minus 10%. Now we know I can calculate the profit percent by dividing the profit by the CP and multiplying it by 100. So I'll multiply X to this side and we'll multiply these both, will get 5200 minus 100X is equal to X square minus 10X. Bringing all to one side, I get X square plus 90X minus 5200 is equal to 0. So I have to split plus 90 into 2 such that the sum is plus 90 and the product is minus 5200. So X square plus 130X minus 40X minus 5200 is equal to 0. Since plus 130 into minus 40 is minus 5200 and adding them gives us 90. So we take X as common and then we take 40 as common. So we get X plus 130 into X minus 40 is equal to 0. So either X is equal to minus 130 or X is equal to 40. Now since X was a price, that is some rupees, it cannot be negative. So the cost price of the article was rupees 40. So let's move on to the next question. Now the final question of this exercise says, by selling a chair for rupees 75, Mohan gained as much percent as its cost. Calculate the cost of the chair. So if you do not know the cost price, we just write it as rupees X. Now the selling price is rupees 75. We know that if it is a case of profit or gain, as it says, it is 75 minus X. Now according to the question, the gain percent is equal to the cost price. Now we can calculate the gain percent is equal to X percent. So we know that gain percent can be calculated by dividing the profit by the CP and multiplying it by 100. Again I take X to this side, I get, and multiply 100 here, I get 75 minus 100X is equal to X squared. Bringing all the terms to one side, I get X square plus 100X minus 7500 is equal to 0. So I'll divide it into 150X minus 50X minus 7500, which is equal to 0. So I'll take X as common, I'll get X plus 150. Minus 50 as common, again I get X plus 150. So X plus 150 into X minus 50 is equal to 0. So X is either equal to minus 150 or X is equal to 50. So now, since X was a cost, we cannot take the negative value, we'll take 50. So the CP of this article was rupees 50. So this is how we'll solve problems based on speed, distance and time, or profit and loss related problems. So students, we have reached the end of today's video. Don't worry, the solutions of 6D and 6E will be uploaded very soon to our channel. So please subscribe to MidhaGuru, join the family today, and stay tuned for the next video. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Namaste.